All right, we're now going to do page 2 of the CFA. It says I have 124 grams of calcium. That is my given. It's added to a solution containing silver nitrate, producing calcium nitrate and silver metal. The first step is having a balanced chemical equation. So I know I have calcium. Again, calcium, hopefully by now you recognize that as a group 2 metal. Calcium is Ca. And that is added, just a plus sign, to a solution containing silver nitrate. Silver we know is silver is Ag, and silver is always 1 plus, okay? Nitrate is a polyatomic ion, NO3 minus. And so silver is 1 plus, nitrate is 1 minus, so silver nitrate is just AgNO3. And it produces, that's yields, calcium nitrate. Calcium, remember, it's a group 2, so it's 2 plus. If I have a 2 plus with nitrate, I have to have 2 nitrates to make it a neutral compound. So calcium nitrate is going to be CO, the NO3 is going to have 2. If it helps to put parentheses around the nitrate when there's only one of them, you can do that. And then, of course, this is a single replacement reaction, and then it tells you N silver metal. So now I have my equation, but is it balanced? Over here I have 1 calcium, that looks good, 1 silver, but right here I have 1 nitrate and I have 2 nitrates. So in order to make 2 nitrates, remember I can't change the subscript, but I can change the coefficient. So I have to have 2 nitrates. As soon as I have 2 nitrates here, I have to have 2 silvers over here. So now I have 1 calcium, 2 silvers, and 2 nitrates. So it's all balanced. So step 1 is the balanced chemical reaction. That was, by the way, worth 1 point. I think I forgot to say on the back here, this was worth 1 point, the mole ratio is worth 1 point, and then multiplying by the molar mass was worth 1 point, and then the correct answer with significant figures and units was worth 1 point. So this problem was worth 4. All right, the balanced chemical equation was worth 1 point. So now to calculate the theoretical mass, which is exactly what we did here, we start with the given, which is 124 grams of calcium. So I have 124 grams of calcium. The first step in that is always to divide it by the molar mass. So the molar mass of calcium, which I find on the periodic table, is 40.08. So my grams of calcium divides out. I now need to use my mole ratio. I'm going to have moles of calcium divide out. What I want to know, it says theoretical mass of silver. So I need to know, put moles of silver on the top. All right. Silver has a coefficient of 2. Calcium has an understood coefficient of 1. So my mole ratio is 2 to 1. Again, this is worth 1 point, this is worth 1 point. I want to know mass, so I have to multiply it. First of all, the moles of calcium divides out. I need to multiply by the molar mass of silver. I find that on the periodic table. Silver is 107.87 grams per mole. So my moles of silver divides out. I have grams of silver. Again, grams of silver is my unit. Okay, this is not GAG, it is grams of silver. When I use my calculator to multiply all of these things, I get 124 grams of calcium. I times that by 2, times that by 107.87, and then I divide that by 40.08. I get 667.45 because I want to have only 3 significant figures, I'm just going to say 667. So that is this was worth 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, on the final, if you just have the answer and nothing here, you won't get credit. If you're missing significant figures or units, you will also not get credit, or you will lose some points. Now it says calculate the percent yield. Remember, percent yield is equal to the actual yield in the experiment divided by the theoretical yield, which is what we just figured out. Remember, this is the theoretical yield. And then we times that by 100%. The actual yield, it tells me, is 532 grams. The theoretical yield, again, this is given in the problem. The theoretical yield is 667 grams of silver. So when I take my calculator, 532 divided by 667, I get 0.797. I times that by 100, or I can just know to move the decimal over 2 places. And I want 3 significant figures, so I have to round it to 0.8, 79.8%. And that's a percent. So there you go. That is the answer to number 6. This was worth 2 points. 1 for setting it up, and 1 for the answer with percent is your unit.